Pause. You know what's mad funny about this? Is that they had shit that they asked to take out the episode. You know what they didn't ask to take out?
Your racist slander. Why is your nose twitching?
This video is on how black men are continuously shaming black women, calling them out on social media, saying not so nice things about them. Black men are joining men of other race to shame black women.
Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. What's your favorite?
We love them all.
Yeah. Oh really?
We love them all.
Yeah. That means white.
Black men are stereotyping black women on daily basis. They go to the podcast and say the worst things about their women, about black women. You hardly hear men of other race say nasty things about their women, but black men are always in front row when it comes to men that say nasty things about their women. Case in point, the most recent drag that happened on social media regarding those black podcasters, those London or British podcasters that went to the US to say, they didn't say, but they were encouraging Andrew. Andrew is a white podcaster that doesn't have the nicest things to say about women and black women. So they were encouraging what he said. They did not debunk it. They did not shut him up. Rather, they encouraged him with their response.
What is the black girlfriend effect?
You don't know about it. Blow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend, all of a sudden he's got buzz cut, like clean shape up.
I like that.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit all the fucking time. That's why they gotta shave their hair.
Nah, bro. White guys with black girlfriends, they
grow a beard
because
there's more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of. That's hilarious. I think the black girlfriend effect. It might be a protective instinct, bro.
You think?
Protective.
Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. What's your favorite?
We love them all.
Yeah. Oh really?
We love them all.
Yeah. That means white.
That means white.
Hey, let me get the US translation.
Kendrick fans, get
We love them all.
That's royal English for me.
We saw how Andrew spoke in favor of white women, but the black men were so quick to tear down black women with their response. Andrew said not so nice things about black women, called them abusive, called them men beater, because he said the men have to grow their beards to cushion the slap they get from black women. That is the height of it. There was really nothing funny there. Those guys could not stand up and speak up for their women. Rather, they joined in the laughter. There was really nothing funny there. It was demeaning, it was insulting, it was racism, it was inappropriate. They clearly knew what he was talking about and they were laughing. Let's talk about the black girlfriend effect. A couple of months back, they had the black wife effect, and it was how black women transformed white men they were married to and they became a better version of themselves. They showed before and after. That trend did not last up to 24 hours. We saw black men doing the black man, white woman effect. Black men are in competition with black women. That is obvious. We've seen that. Because when they had the black wife effect trend, they started their own trend. So having those guys laugh at black women, it tells me that they were happy that black women were being put down that way, and to them, oh, black men are winning. Like I said, black men are in competition with black women. Judging from how they replied when Andrew asked them about the difference between their experience with black girl and their experience with a white girl, their response just gave them away, just told us exactly how they feel about black women. Honestly, they've just laughed so hard. It was like, why are you asking that? It's not supposed to be asked. You're supposed to know how it is. It's not nice. I didn't enjoy it. It was horrible. That was the reaction I got from that response. It's really, really sad, honestly. It's really sad. Even if you had a bad experience with a black woman or a group of black women, you don't have to go on a podcast and join someone that is tearing down a black woman, given that you are a black man. Even if you share with his point of view, you didn't have to act that way. You should have stood up for them, and maybe later in your closet you share your opinion, you talk about how you feel. You didn't have to come online and talk about black women that way, knowing fully well that is a podcast that is going to be posted on a platform, and I believe Andrew does have a large following. You're joining in the stereotype, because out there what people think about black women is that they are very aggressive, or we are aggressive, or we love to fight, or we are this way, we're not nice people. And you're joining in that stereotype is really bad. After the podcast was posted, they got a lot of backlash. Black women were not having it. They were dragged. Even some black men joined in the dragging. So they decided to tender an apology. To me, that wasn't an apology. There was no point apologizing for what you agreed to. You feel like that was your experience and you were happy to react that way. So I don't know why you're apologizing. What exactly are you apologizing for? It didn't just end at that apology. Andrew watched the apology in his studio with his other guests, and he also reacted. He made mockery of them. I'm going to play everything. So for me, like I said, that apology was not necessary, and I think they needed to tender that apology so to prevent them from losing fans, because they have a lot of black people as their followers, people that listen to their podcast and all that. So it was necessary for them to tender that apology that is not heartfelt, is not coming from their heart. They had to just do it. So let's go ahead and listen to the apology.
A quick PSA, quick acknowledgement. So if you know, you know. If you don't, that's fine. But we just wanted to address something that's happening at the minute. This past weekend, there's been a couple of clips going around from when we did a session on the Flagrant podcast while we were on our US tour. And there were a few jokes made that were incredibly inappropriate. One specifically pertaining to black women. And in the clip, Andrew was making a joke. I'm not even going to get into specifics. Frankly, like, racist joke. And we were laughing at it. And to give, first of all, before we get into like specifics or anything like that, obviously there's just literally no excuse.
Pause.
There is no excuse.
Agreed. Pause.
There's no excuse.
There's no fucking excuse.
And
Can you pause?
Pause.
No excuse for that. I just want to take in the beginning of it. There's no excuse for jokes. There is never an excuse for making jokes.
But can we try?
I'm not going to ever make an excuse for being a comedian. There's never an excuse for making jokes. Okay? That is a real statement said by a man. I just want that to be clear. There is never an excuse for making jokes with the boys. Go on. Let's take it serious. Look at how sad he is over on the left.
real thing. Like, it is, fight is a real thing. And
He is.
so
Do you see how? We should go back. We should go back because he's going through it right now. Look how he practiced this. I'm gonna pick my skin on my finger.
guys.
No. I need you to watch it. Look, he bite his bottom lip
Again. And it's about being human. It's about realizing that you don't know what you're prepared for. You don't know how to prepare for something
you don't know
that you don't know what's going to happen. And once it's happened one time, you're like,
Pause. You know what's mad funny about this is that they had shit that they asked to take out the episode. You know what they didn't ask to take out?
Your racist slander. Why is your nose twitching?
They had shit. Their producer, whatever, was like, "Hey, we really think that's inappropriate. We'd like to take that out. That's very uncomfortable." Their fight and flight instinct really kicked in after the power down. But with that joke about the black women, nothing really seemed. The fight or flight wasn't really there afterwards.
Your delivery was too good. I think.
Maybe they were seduced by the delivery.
Yeah.
I like them. I feel bad they're going through this, but you don't got to protect anybody. That's what I would say.
I like
to y'all
them too.
personally, to y'all publicly, you don't got to protect. Your people are equal.
Andrew just said it all. They are not sorry. They did not find what they did to be wrong. Like he said, they asked them to take out some part of the podcast. Their producer was not happy with some things. They felt it was inappropriate, but they did not think the racist part was inappropriate. That was what I was saying. That is who they are. That is how they view black women. Because their second response, when he was asked about the comparison between their black girlfriends and their white girlfriends, their response said it all. So to them, it's appropriate. They're okay with it. They didn't see anything wrong in what they did. So they were forced to come tender this apology because of their platform. They don't want to lose their followers. They don't care, honestly. They're not sorry whatsoever. They don't see anything wrong in what they said. To them, that is how they feel about it. And I'm saying, if you feel that way about it, you don't have to go to a podcast to say that, knowing that that podcast is going to be posted to a platform and the owner of the podcast does have a lot of followers. That is just you joining the people to stereotype black women. Black women, we are fighting against that. You can think whatever you think, say whatever you want to say off the camera, not on camera, because that is going to keep pushing a certain narrative about black women. That is what the problem is. He's not the only one that thinks that way about black women. Like I said, a lot of black men have negative things to say about black women, and they don't hold back. They go on podcasts and say rubbish about black women. My question here is this: why is it that black men are always the ones doing this? Are they the only men on this planet? We saw how Andrew spoke in favor of the white women. Why didn't they do the same? Why? I haven't seen men of other race come online to tear down their women the way black men do. Why? Do black men think that women of other race don't have flaws? Do they think that they are perfect? No, the same thing that we black women are struggling with is also the same thing those women are struggling with. They are just lucky that their men are sensible enough not to come online to tear them down. You teach people how they treat you. Black men are constantly teaching people how to disrespect black women. Let's hear what people have to say about this.
Black women are not difficult to love, difficult to handle, or difficult to be with. We're difficult to play with, and that's where y'all get it confused. We don't let y'all play with us, and we don't let y'all play in our faces. Y'all want the woman that's docile, that's gonna lay down, let you do whatever y'all want to do to her, and we don't allow it. Black women have no issues being submissive and being kind and being loving when y'all allow us to be so. But if you don't understand the psyche and the psychological damage that goes into the mass incarceration, you don't understand that the black women have had to spearhead households, so thus it makes us have to take on roles that we normally should not have to take on. But see, y'all so dumb and uneducated, y'all can't link mass incarceration to women having to take on roles more than what we should because of the mass incarceration. The whole goal is to get the black men out of the house. That's the whole goal, is to get the black men out of the house. And you chomping your veneers and you laughing and smiling and kikiing, doing the white man's job in front of a white man at the hand of the white man, sitting here talking about how difficult black women are and how we complain and how we complain. What are you talking about? Y'all so damn dumb. Y'all are so dumb. It doesn't even matter if anybody said we are not difficult to handle. And even if we are, so what? Y'all made us that way. Now what? Black women carry everything. We do literally everything. We spearhead everything from movements to trends. It would be none of y'all without us. Literally, y'all wouldn't be here without a black woman. Biologically, nobody would live this earth without a black woman. Yet we the only ones that gotta prove to everybody why we are worthy of love and we deserve better. Ain't nobody proving to y'all nothing. We're not proving to y'all nothing. Say what you want to say, do what you want to do, but keep our names out y'all mouths. We don't care if y'all like us. Of course y'all don't like us. Y'all don't like y'all mammies. Of course y'all don't like us. Make sure you put some respect on our names and go about your way. Leave our names out y'all mouths. We don't be doing nothing. All black women do is sit here, look good, set trends, and y'all be so worried about us. Why y'all so mad? Go get you the white woman that you want and leave us alone. You don't have to put us in places that we don't need to be. We already everywhere. Look around you. Look around you and tell me you can't contribute all the good things in this life to black women. Stop playing with me. We can't even tell y'all. Y'all see how anti-black that is? Listen to yourself. Black women can't even tell y'all what we like and what we don't like before y'all start talking about we complaining. It's anti-blackness. Is anti-blackness, period. Andrew Schultz, let me watch my mouth. Andrew Schultz, Fuhad, whatever his name is, and James, y'all know where y'all can go. And I'm gonna keep it like that because my friend keep getting on me for saying certain stuff, and I need to stop saying certain stuff. But I want to say certain things.
I used to watch, James and Fuhad's content, and I never expected them to trend, how they're currently trending for pretty much a very interesting reason. If you've not seen it, it's a segment of them having other two men in their podcast where obviously they created a safe space where these two other men who happen to not be black were speaking down and perpetuating stereotypes towards black women, saying that they're aggressive, they're temperamented, they might slap you, and so many things that again is associated, with again a stereotypes that you would think that a podcast that has two men of color would actually use that situation to correct these two men that was making these claims. But no, they participated and enabled and continued this conversation and allowing those two men to get away with what they said because, again, they never cared. Which I'm so confused because these are the same men that will say that they love black women, they respect black women, but then will allow other people to speak down towards black women and not say anything about it. It's just very disappointing, but I'm not surprised.
What is the black girlfriend effect? This is
You don't know about
just glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black.
If you have not seen that video, I would recommend going to watch it. Now here's the thing. Usually I try to stay out of things like this. I try not to comment on things like this. I try to stay in the middle and not be on either side of the spectrum, which Lord knows I know better because in the Bible it tells us that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways and that it's better to pick a side than to be lukewarm. So Lord knows that that being in the middle is never a good place to be. But here's what I will say. I recently became a fan of Fuhad and James. I'm not going to say the name of their podcast, obviously, because it has, it's a cuss word in it, and I don't cuss. However, if you've watched Fuhad and James, you obviously know the name of their podcast. And so I recently became a big fan of them. Like, I watched a snip of a video on TikTok and I was instantly hooked. They had me laughing, they had me giggling. It was hilarious. It was amazing. And so I had, became a supporter rather. When I saw this video, I was greatly disappointed in Fuhad and James, because even if they did not agree with what was being said and they were laughing just because of the uncomfortableness of it all, you said nothing to protect us either. It's not like you answered the question when he asked you which ones do you like best. You was just like, oh, we like them all or whatever. You didn't do anything or say anything to protect us. Whether you agreed or not, because you didn't say anything, it kind of let us know where you stood. And it was so disappointing because both of you are black men, and if you don't identify as black, whatever, you are still men of color. And so by default we expect you to protect us, right? Like, even if you disagree, you could have been like, man, listen, black women are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I loved being with the black women I was with. It just didn't work because for irreconcilable differences. However you want to word it, however you want to put it. But the fact that you said nothing and you just let Andrew say what he was gonna say, and y'all were just kikiing and doing all of that, your lack of saying nothing said a lot. It said a lot, and it was very disappointing. Being a new supporter of you all, that really made me look at things a little bit differently. Very disappointing. Yeah, very disappointing.
Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and click this video here to watch men call other men out for their selfish behavior in relationships and marriages. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.